In this lesson, I am going to talk about line height. Also, it was called leading. In the past old days, they used to put lead blocks, molten lead blocks in between different two lines to separate them. That was called leading. So, what basically is leading is the distance from one baseline to the next baseline. So, like we have 2 or 3 lines of text, then the distance from one baseline to the next baseline is basically the line height. Now, how much line height should we have? It varies from 120% to 60% for body text. Body text is basically the paragraphs and text where we have a lot of text. We need to read it. Okay, now for headings, you should not set it more than 120%. In headings and very big text, normally the line height is almost from 100% to sometimes maybe 90% to 120%. So for body text, it varies from 120% to 160%, and for headings it is a bit less than our normal line height. Okay, here are few examples of body text line height. Body text is basically paragraph, so don't worry if you don't know what body text is. It is a lot of text which is meant to be read. Okay, so on the left side we have line height 133%, or we also call it 1.33%. So 38 pixel is the size of our text. So basically what we do here is we multiply 38 pixels by 1.33, and what we get is basically our line height. So it might be 42 pixels, 46 pixels, or whatever it is. On the right side we have a bit bigger line height, which is 1.45%. You can see how it affects the readability. Also, if you have very tight line height, you can see the bottom of the top tails and tails of different characters, and the bottom of different characters is going to touch the top of the next line. So this is a very major readability problem. So try to adjust the line height where you think it is easier to read. Now here is some example for heading text. You can see on the left I have set it to 110%, and the size of our text is 60 pixel heading. So on the left you can see it is good enough, but if you see on the right side, I have increased the text size more, so it is 72 pixel heading, and I have set it to 105%. So how we are going to calculate it? 72 multiplied by 1.05, and it is near almost 75 to 76 pixels. Also you can set it to 100 pixels. If you have 72 pixels, you can also set the line height 72 pixel for bigger headings. Let me show you how we can set line height in Photoshop for headings and paragraph text. So how we can control it? Here I have this text over here. Okay, this is a heading. You can see I'm going to select this text, and I am going to get to this character panel. I already have this A character panel over here. You can see here we have 72 point, which is our text size, and this is the control where we have to control the line height. So I can also set it to 72 pixels. You can see it is looking good. Even I can go below this 70 points is also looking good, but if I go to 65 it seems a bit problematic, or maybe too close to. You can see over here the I of the time is touching the G, so I guess 70 pixel is the last we can go, and 72 pixel is, I think, optimal, or maybe 75 as we had it before. Okay, so this is how we set the line height. So let's see the other example I showed you with the paragraph. Here we had the paragraph. Okay, I am going to select this paragraph and I'm going to, you can see right now it is 38 point text size, font size, and the line height is 55 points. If I try to increase it to 60, you can see it is still looking good. But if we go beyond 60, like 72, you can see our eyes cannot jump that far below. It is a bit too much distance. Okay, so if you keep on increasing this, like 90 or 100, you can see it is not looking like a paragraph but separate lines. So this is a very big issue in readability and legibility. You should keep them at the optimal distance. So I'm going to set it to 50. Let's see how it look like. It is still a bit close for me. I guess 55 was better. Okay, now here it is. Okay, this is all about how we can set line height in Photoshop, and what line height should we be using for body text and what line height should be used for heading text. So even in HTML you can set it to line height property. With line height property, 1 is 100%, 1.2 is 120%, and same like this. So this is all about line height. So let's move on to the next lesson.